What's going on YouTube? John here. Welcome to the video. PhoenixBusinessAcademy.net. John at PhoenixBusinessAcademy.net for all your sales, training, and coaching and personal development needs. You can hit me up at the website, PhoenixBusinessAcademy.net, or at the email I just mentioned for more information. I want to address a question that came up in a Facebook sales group I'm a part of, which was, what is the best time to call prospects? Prospects, not customers, prospects. Prospects meaning new business, people you do not have a relationship with. So did a little research, and a website by the name of Call Hippo, which I'll link down below, the article says the best time to call is between 11 and 12 and 4 and 5. And I tend to agree with that, and I'm going to give you my reasons. Between 11 and 12 is universally the hour before everyone takes lunch. Most people in Western United States take lunch at 12 o'clock. Some before, some after, but generally speaking, 12 o'clock. What is going on with this mount? Jesus. So if you think about it, if you're a business owner or decision maker, and you're going to be gone from the office for an hour to take lunch, you're likely, or most likely, sitting at your desk, addressing any last minute things that need to get out or get done, or proving anything else that needs to get done before you leave for an hour. Because then you're gone for an hour, and even though you have your phone and stuff like that, a lot of people are occupied traveling to lunch, walking, you're with someone, so they're trying to, pay attention to that person instead of just kind of having their nose in their phone. So they're gone for an hour, they want to get stuff done before they leave for that hour. Makes sense. 4 to 5 also makes sense, because 5 o'clock is typically the universally accepted time to leave the office. Sometimes you might leave earlier, sometimes you might leave later, but in general, that is typically the time you're leaving for work. So 4 o'clock, you're at your desk, sending off any last minute proposals, quotes, finishing anything that has a deadline for the day so they can get out there. And you're more likely, again, to be sitting at your desk or by your phone where you can answer. And this is not a cell. I know everyone's got a cell phone, so it's easy to get in touch with somebody on a cell phone, or easier, but it's typically harder to find a CEO's cell phone number online unless they specifically listed it for whatever reason. So you're usually going off of whatever leads you have, or database that you're using, or Google. So 4 o'clock makes sense because they're likely to be at their desk and they can pick up their hard line. In my experience, the worst time to call somebody is Monday. Usually because the weekend they're coming back from the weekend, they're finishing up things that didn't get finished on Friday that should have been finished, or things that have a deadline. It just, to me, seems like Mondays, typically hated by so many people in the work world. And it tends to carry a negative connotation with it, because people are just kind of let down from the high or the euphoria of the weekend, and so are typically slightly more depressed on Mondays than you would be during any other day of the week. So I would try to stay away from Monday if you could, and I'd use Monday to follow up on existing business and clients and customers and other projects that need to get done. I've also had success calling before 8 o'clock in the morning for a few reasons. Number one, as a business owner or CEO or decision maker, you're usually in before the 8 o'clock time frame or time period. So that means you're getting in at, I'm going to throw this mount out the window. Usually getting in at sometimes 6:30, 6:45. So a 7:15, 7:30 call may get you a couple of FUs and a couple of call me back later. But you may get somebody that has a little bit of uninterrupted time, because there's not a lot going on at 7 o'clock in the morning. Businesses really aren't open yet. So that would tend to be a good time. I would stay away from Mondays. But early on in my sales career, I would pick a day of the week, say Wednesday, where I would come in earlier than I normally would, and I'd start making cold calls. And you do end up, and the other thing is a lot of the employees aren't in that early, but the owner of the business might be, or the CEO might be. And you have a better chance of him picking up the phone because he's probably wondering who the heck is calling so early in the morning. So a lot of times there's no gatekeeper in the way, which is a nice little trick to kind of get around maybe dealing with a gatekeeper or getting passed through to a voicemail. So my advice would be to stick to all your cold calling and prospecting between the hours of 11 and 12 and 4 and 5, and then pick one day of the week to come in early and call from 7 to 8. Not Mondays, so you're down to 4 days of the week there. The other advice I'd give to you is call after 5, 5:15, 5:20. You don't have to stay for a whole hour, but set a goal for yourself. If you're making calls, if you're outside sales, pick 5 businesses you want to stop in. Try to go after 5 or before 8. That a little bit tougher on outside sales, but try it. You'll be surprised. A lot of times business owners are staying late to finish stuff, and maybe you can get listen, the whole goal of this is not to close a deal by getting to the whole goal is to make a connection that you can network later on and set up time for an appointment, but at least you got a direct line to where you need to go, versus leaving voicemail after voicemail and hoping the guy calls you back. Guys, I'm sorry for this mount. I'm not sure what's happening with it. Maybe it's been in the sun too long, but I apologize for that. But that's the whole point of making these calls earlier on or later on in the days, is to get to the decision maker, and not necessarily to one call close them, but to really just, again, make that connection and exchange information, and basically set your next step up. That is the goal here. So pick two days out of the week. One day dedicated to calling before or stopping in before 8 o'clock. And one day can be the same day. It doesn't have to be a different day, but typically you're just trying to divide up your time. And pick another day of the week to stop by after or call after 5. I wouldn't do Monday for early on stuff, before 8 stuff, and I wouldn't do Friday for after 5 stuff. General rules. A lot of people trying to leave early for the weekend plans, etc. So I wouldn't do that. But there you go. That is my suggestion. I've had really good success with directly getting to the decision maker by utilizing this method. Try it out. Try it out for a month. Keep track of your success rate. Let me know what you think. Let me know what suggestions you guys have. Always open to learning new stuff, but I'll link Call Hippo down below. Call Hippo down below for that article. And that's it for this video. We're going to wrap it up. Comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks.